frail, old, and no longer useful to society. Why do they have to endure like that? It should be the opposite. They deserve to live out their final years with dignity and love. Charly had been walking the same stretch of street for more than 10 years. He was a quiet figure that had become a part of the neighborhood. He lived on the street, which was full of small shops. Every day, he would walk up and down it, looking into the windows in hopes of finding food or love. He lived a quiet old life for years, and people who passed by didn't bother him. Charly no longer fit in as he got bigger, though. He used to have a thick coat that was almost gone, and now he had a serious skin condition that left his skin terribly hard and cracked. It was impossible to look away from the sadness in his eyes, but most people did just that. As his health got worse, the faces that used to smile or throw treats at him got different and turned away from him. They didn't see the same Charly they remembered. Instead, they saw a weak, smelly person who they wished would go away. Charly started to notice the sideways looks, the cold stares, and finally the demand that he leave. It wasn't safe on his street, which was his only house. So, while Vani and Herlin were out getting food one morning, they saw him. It hurt their hearts to see him standing alone and tired in the dark. They knew he needed real help. As they got closer, Charly moved back, his weak body shaking with each step. He looked at them with eyes that were both scared and sad, but Vani got down on one knee and gently put out her hand to comfort him. After some hesitation, Charly finally let her lead him to their car. Charly seemed stressed out at the vet's office. His bones stuck out from under his thin skin, and you could see his ribs because he was so hungry. The vet washed him gently, and it was probably the first time he'd had a bath in years. Slowly, the crust broke down into smaller pieces, showing red, raw skin layers below. Charly was too weak to fight back, so he let them clean and treat him. It was almost like he knew this was for his own good. The doctor team worked to ease his pain every day. Charly was kept stable with IV fluids, and each dose of medicine helped get rid of the mange, parasites, and anemia that were hurting him. After a few days, he showed a little bit of strength by nibbling on food. Slowly but slowly, his hunger was rising. He seemed to understand that he was now in a safe place. The team was thrilled with every little sign that he was getting better, and thankful that he was responding so well to the love and care they were giving him. After 5 days, Charly was ready for a new chapter. The safe house. With soft blankets, gentle voices, and the promise of warmth, the safe house was a sanctuary for him. Vani met him at the door, and Charly's tail wagged timidly. It was the first time they'd seen it. He was taken to a private room with a soft bed and a small yard. He could lie in the sun and feel the grass between his paws. For the first time, Charly had his own place to live. He laid down in the warm, quiet room and fell into a deep, happy sleep. As days passed, Charly grew bolder. He left his room to explore the house, each step more sure of himself than the last. He quickly found the most comfy spot on the couch and curled up and rested his head there as if he had lived there for a long time. They saw that he always met them in the morning with a wagging tail and eager eyes, looking forward to his homemade food and treats. He was able to enjoy every bite of his favorite snacks, even though he had very few teeth left. Each and every person loved Charly very much. The people who were taking care of him were amazed at how quickly he had settled in to this warm and safe life. His eyes, which had been sad before, were now filled with quiet thanks. He knew that he wasn't alone, forgotten, or ignored anymore. This place made him feel like he was part of a family, and each day there seemed to melt away a little of the sadness he had been carrying for a long time. Charly soon met the other dogs at the safe house. He would cautiously walk around them and sniff and wag his tail to make friends. Charly found a little more of the happiness he had lost over the years with each meeting. They picked the name Charly, which means freedom. He was finally free to enjoy his old age with respect, care, and most of all, love. Every day, Charly woke up to the sounds of gentle voices and the smells of breakfast cooking in the kitchen. He didn't have to worry about where he would get his next meal, or if he would be shown the door. He would curl up on the softest pillows at night and close his eyes in a peaceful sleep, knowing he was safe. In his quiet, steadfast way, Charly had settled in, a survivor who had finally found his peace. With the love of his new family and the kindness of those who helped him, Charly would spend his remaining years surrounded by care, warmth, and the joy of belonging. No more hunger, no more rejection, just love and a place to call home. Watching his journey from forgotten street wanderer to cherished family member reminds me of the resilience and quiet dignity animals carry, even when life treats them cruelly. Charly's story is a testament to the healing power of love, a reminder that every being deserves a second chance and a place to call home. It fills me with hope, knowing there are people like Vanny and Herlin who refuse to look away and instead offer the gift of compassion. Let's celebrate Charly's journey by looking out for others like him, those silent figures who need someone to finally see them. What about you? How did the story make you feel? Let's work together to create more stories like theirs, where every animal gets the chance to feel safe, loved, and home. If you like this story, please like, share, and comment. Every view, share, like, and comment from you is a great support to the rescue team. Let's work together to create a better world for homeless animals. Thank you, and see you in future rescue stories.